My child, you have sensed this in your heart for a long time, deep within your spirit, and today that knowing is being confirmed. What you felt was real. There is a message moving through the heavens right now, a message your soulmate has been praying would somehow reach you. These are the words they struggled to say out loud, the truth their soul has been carrying quietly while calling out for you to hear it. You are not here by coincidence. You found this message because you stayed open even when your heart was aching. Heaven has seen every tear you cried when no one else noticed and heard every prayer you whispered when you felt overlooked and forgotten. The person your soul is connected to has been fighting an intense inner battle. They have been asking for signs, searching for clarity, and pleading for reassurance about whether you are truly meant for them. If you felt distance or emotional coldness, it wasn't because they didn't care. They were in a season of deep spiritual preparation. In private moments, they have been asking for the courage to face a love that feels overwhelming because of how real and meaningful it is. Now the answers they've been waiting for are finally arriving. This is a divine meeting point where their prayers and your patience come together. This connection was never shallow or temporary. It isn't built on fantasy or fleeting emotion. It runs deeper than that, anchored in something eternal. This bond existed long before you ever crossed paths. What you feel isn't ordinary. It is sacred, strong, and unbreakable, and it isn't weakened by time or distance. They are finally clear about what they want, and they are stepping into the role they were meant to play in your life. They dreamed of you again recently, but this time it wasn't just a dream. It felt like a glimpse of their future. It was as if your name was gently spoken into the quietest parts of their soul. They woke up carrying both longing and understanding. They are exhausted from running and tired of pretending they don't feel the pull back to you. What they've held inside for so long is ready to be released. The silence has become too heavy, and being apart from you hurts more than facing the truth. They cried out to heaven asking for a way to let you know they are coming back, asking God to reassure you and to remind you not to give up on them. You are not imagining this connection. You are not wrong for feeling its depth. True love speaks from spirit to spirit, and right now their spirit is reaching for yours with urgency. They don't want to offer empty promises anymore. They are preparing to show you love through action, consistency, and a daily choice to stand with you. There is a promise that says the Lord is close to those who call on Him sincerely. Because your soulmate finally spoke in honesty, movement has begun. The answers you've been waiting for are closer than ever. They have asked that you be able to see their heart clearly, knowing they haven't always expressed themselves well. They understand now how their silence felt like rejection and how their absence caused pain. What you didn't see was the spiritual battle happening behind the scenes. There was a time when heaven had to keep them hidden so they could grow, mature, and become someone capable of honoring your love. They were tested and refined so they could return with integrity. Now that season is ending. The veil is lifting, and they are being prepared for this sacred union. Your faithfulness through dry and painful moments is being rewarded with a love designed specifically for you. Take a moment to align yourself with this message. If it resonates, simply say, I receive the news heaven sent. That agreement signals your readiness for this to unfold in your real life. Staying connected to messages like this is a way of declaring that you are serious about your spiritual path and open to the next chapter ahead. They tried for a long time to fight what they felt. They distracted themselves with other people and other pursuits, but nothing filled the space your absence left behind. Every attempt to move on brought your face back into their thoughts and your name back into their heart. Eventually, they surrendered completely. They told heaven they would stop running and asked to be guided if you truly were the one. This message is the response to that surrender and proof that your story is not finished. Nothing in your life has been random. Even finding these words was guided. Your soul already sensed that something important was approaching, which is why letting go never felt right. Right now, your soulmate is in a deep state of spiritual awakening. They are receiving dreams and visions that interrupt their sleep and stir their spirit. They feel a strong desire to make things right and to build something lasting with you, something that reaches beyond just the two of you. They never meant to hurt you or delay this connection. They were overwhelmed by the responsibility of a love that felt so purposeful and intense. They didn't understand at first that this was about more than romance. It was about healing, redemption, and calling. They are now cutting ties with anything false and stepping away from distractions that once kept them from you. They see your worth clearly and understand that you are worth the risk and the surrender. Love endures, and yours has survived silence, distance, and uncertainty. Now it is rising stronger than before. Don't be surprised if they reach out or show up unexpectedly. When they speak, it won't just be their voice you hear. It will feel like confirmation itself. The weight they've been carrying is lifting, and the message they asked heaven to deliver has finally reached the one it was meant for. They never expected the intensity of what they're feeling now. For a long time, they tried to replace it with something easier, something lighter. But no one else ever felt like home. Your image stayed with them, your name echoing in quiet moments. They realized you are unforgettable, and no substitute could ever compare. What they felt wasn't a passing attraction. It was a spiritual pull they could no longer deny. That realization brought them to surrender, to their knees, asking God to guide them back to truth and to you. While you were hurting, it may have felt like you were being ignored or replaced, but the connection was being protected. The silence was not indifference. It was divine timing. They needed time in the wilderness to face their fears and grow so they could return healed and ready. Right now, they are still in that deep preparation, being awakened and transformed, preparing for what comes next. They have been spending many nights lost in thoughts of a future with you, carrying a deep sense of regret for the time that slipped away. They are reflecting on their past choices and the ways they may have hurt you, and in quiet moments they are asking heaven for one more opportunity to show you who they have grown into. Right now, they are letting go of distractions and distancing themselves from anyone or anything that no longer aligns with the higher purpose of this love. They are choosing a meaningful, sacred commitment instead of shallow connections because they finally understand your true value. God promises restoration of everything that once seemed lost, and that includes the months of separation, the long silence, and the moments when you felt your love was unappreciated. None of it was wasted. Heaven has been reclaiming it all. This is not just about someone returning to your life, but about a transformed version of them coming back, more mature, more humble, and ready to honor what you share. Your love was never given in vain, and you were never wrong for sensing that there was something deeper there. Your spirit recognized what their mind had not yet caught up to. They have been rehearsing what they want to say to you, searching for words strong enough to carry the weight of everything they now understand. They are afraid they may have waited too long or that you may have already moved on, yet they are being reassured that the connection still exists. They want to explain why they ran and why they stayed silent for so long, and when the truth finally comes out, it will feel like a release that clears away old pain. They are bringing honesty that will break old chains and revelations that will shift the direction of your life. Take a moment to recognize whether you are ready to step into this season of restoration. Opening your heart now is a way of saying you are no longer afraid to believe in what God is preparing for you. Staying aligned with this journey means remaining open to the movement of heaven as the promise unfolds. What is happening now is sacred, and it is moving faster than you might expect. They are being guided into position and are no longer willing to accept a life without you. They have realized that this bond is not just about romance, but about purpose, legacy, and fulfilling a greater plan meant for both of you. The waiting season is ending because the timing has finally aligned. Prepare yourself to receive a love that has been refined through struggle and preserved by grace. The moment they fully accepted how deeply they love you, everything they thought they knew about their life shifted. They spent countless nights awake, staring into the darkness, wondering why they could not move on the way others seemed to. In those quiet hours, they whispered your name like a prayer, hoping somehow you could feel it. Eventually, they reached a point where silence was no longer possible, and they asked heaven to let you know that you still matter deeply to them. They were terrified that while they were lost in confusion, you might forget them or find someone else. They truly tried to move forward and make other relationships work, but every attempt only reminded them of what they had lost. Sitting across from someone new made it painfully clear that no one else felt like home, and no one carried the same spirit you do. Your love stayed with them in a pure and sacred way because it was planted by heaven. Love like this cannot be extinguished, no matter how many storms passed through it. The fire never went out. Now they stand fully ready, prepared to do what fear once held them back from. They are no longer approaching you as the unsure or immature person you once knew. They are coming back changed, grounded, and clear-minded, ready to show up in truth and strength. They spoke to God and admitted they were afraid of losing you, and the answer they received was clear that they could no longer hide and had to start moving toward the truth. What you are hearing right now exists because of that divine nudge. If you feel warmth in your chest or a calm you can't explain, it's because your spirits are already beginning to reconnect on a deeper level. In their thoughts, they have practiced what they want to say to you over and over again, imagining the moment they finally confess that their love never faded and that they always knew it was you. They've been shaken by the fear that too much time has passed or that their silence caused wounds they can't undo, but carrying this love alone became impossible. They knelt in prayer and asked for one more chance to reach you, and this message is the answer to that plea. This is not random or accidental. It is a spiritual signal and a turning point. The season of waiting is giving way to movement, because when the timing is right, God moves swiftly. They asked for what felt impossible, and heaven answered yes. No matter how hard they tried to deny it or walk away from it, God never allowed them to forget the light you carry. Sometimes they catch a glimpse of someone who resembles you and everything inside them stops, because their soul recognizes you instantly. You are a sacred mirror in their life and the answer to prayers they were almost too scared to say out loud. They are closer than you realize now, and the barrier that once kept you apart is lifting. The pretending and hiding are over because what they feel can no longer be contained. They even tried to pray this connection away because of how intense it was, but every time, God led them back to you. They finally understand that you weren't just one chapter in their story, you were the story itself. They remember you clearly, your face, your life, and they know there is no one else like you anywhere. Take a moment to let this truth settle and allow your faith to speak. Hold space in your heart for restoration and alignment with the healing that is already happening. This act of faith opens the door for what comes next. They are making real plans to return and rebuild what was damaged, not out of loneliness, but from a deep conviction that you are part of their destiny. Heaven took time to shape them and teach them that real love is worth the effort and the struggle. They want a new beginning rooted in wisdom and purpose, not past mistakes. They have spoken to God about you more times than you could imagine, asking for your protection and your healing. They want to meet you as a whole and grounded person, knowing you have done the work to remain gentle and faithful. Their next step is being guided beyond what they can see, and when it happens, it will feel miraculous. They want to offer you more than a relationship. They want a meaningful life and a partnership that honors God. The distractions and shallow noise of the world no longer matter to them. They've watched your growth and how you rose from hardship, and it has filled them with awe for who you have become. They looked toward heaven and admitted how close they came to losing you, and they are determined never to overlook your grace again. This love carries purpose and is now entering its season of fulfillment. Your waiting had meaning, and your tears were not wasted. Silence is giving way to honesty, and pain is transforming into a purpose that will endure. They are returning with a heart softened and healed by God. Prepare yourself, because the reunion you have been holding space for is about to arrive in a way that brings deep relief. This long season of waiting is finally turning into a season of receiving, and it is not just about feeling better, but about your spirit becoming whole. They are finally ready to receive what your soulmate has been holding inside for so long. And when those words and emotions finally come out, it will move you to tears. Not tears of pain or regret, but tears of deep joy, because the truth will finally be spoken out loud. No matter how much they try to distract themselves, no matter where they go or who they surround themselves with, your presence never leaves their heart. They have come to understand that it has always been you, and they are done pretending that anything else could ever fulfill them. Something greater is pulling them toward you now, a force they can no longer ignore, and it is not coming from guilt or pressure but from a deep spiritual awakening. They see you differently now, with clarity and reverence, fully aware of the value of what they almost lost. They have asked heaven again and again to help them find the right words, because they know ordinary language cannot capture the depth of what they feel. They have written messages and erased them countless times, their hands shaking as they realize how sacred this bond truly is. This is not a casual return or a simple reconnection. It is something far deeper, something reborn from what once fell apart. They want to protect you now, to love you in a way that guards your peace and stands firm for your heart. You are no longer just someone from their past or someone they care about. You are someone they honor with their entire being. The fear of losing you again has changed them, and they are ready to choose you openly, without hesitation. This moment has been given to them to show you that they are no longer the person who walked away. They have been transformed from the inside, softened, healed, and prepared for real commitment after walking through a long and lonely season where they faced their fears and owned their mistakes. What remains now is a love that is steady, honest, and unbreakable. They are coming to you with clarity instead of confusion and sincerity instead of games. The path is being cleared for this reunion, and you may have already felt it through unexpected signs, vivid dreams, or moments that feel too aligned to be coincidence. None of this is random. It is a signal that what you have been waiting for is finally close. Take a moment to open your heart to this shift and welcome what is unfolding. Speaking your readiness creates space for what is meant to arrive. You were never wrong for holding on to hope, and you were never foolish for believing there was more to the story. Every doubt you carried will fade when they finally speak their truth, and every delay that once hurt you will begin to make sense. They truly tried to move forward without you, but no one else could reach their soul the way you do or offer the safety and light that only you bring. They admitted to God that their love for you never left and that they were willing to face whatever was necessary to keep from losing you forever. That prayer was heard, and that is why your heart feels stirred now. They are not returning for something temporary or halfway. They are coming back offering their future, ready for commitment, purpose, and a life built together with intention and meaning. Their soul remembers you and refuses to let go of a bond that was formed on a higher level. You are about to witness something rare and powerful, a heart returning in complete honesty and a soul stepping fully into the light. Because this message was sent to prepare you for what is about to unfold. They knew you were growing tired. They knew you had questioned everything and felt close to giving up. And this message is both their apology and their cry reaching you. It's an invitation to believe again and to stand strong in your faith. Don't confuse silence with absence, because heaven has been speaking loudly on your behalf. What's being sent to you now are the words their heart hasn't fully been able to say yet. You haven't been ignored. You've been getting prepared for a conversation that will change your life. They know they disappointed you and left you carrying unanswered questions, and that awareness has weighed heavily on them. A deep, holy grief has led them to real repentance, the kind that turns a heart around and brings someone back to promises they almost walked away from. They asked God for one more chance to make things right, and God said yes. That's why you're here listening, and why your spirit feels like it's finally aligning with the truth. They want to build something real with you now, a life rooted in consistency and prayer. Scripture says the blessing of the Lord brings richness without sorrow. And this reunion won't carry the old pain or heartbreak. It will be filled with blessing, because what was lost is returning purified, what was delayed is coming back in fullness, and what once hurt is gaining purpose. They're not coming to reopen the past, but to replace old memories with new miracles. Don't pull back or numb yourself to this hope. Heaven is reassuring you that this is safe and right, and that this is what you've been holding space for all along. You endured hardship for a season, but now the God of all grace is restoring you, strengthening you, and making you steady again. The time of suffering has ended and restoration has begun. Your tears were not wasted, and your waiting had meaning. They're returning to fulfill a promise they once ran from, because God wouldn't allow them to abandon their destiny. They're bringing news they pleaded with heaven to send ahead so your heart would remain open. They're not asking to start over. They're offering a complete rebirth of the connection, something entirely new and covered in grace. Now is the time to breathe and receive this truth. Something real, protected by God, is beginning. The cycles are ending, and the wondering about whether you were seen is over. You were always chosen. You were always the one. Instead of shame, you're receiving a double portion of joy as your inheritance. When they appear, don't doubt it. Receive it with peace, because what was asked for in prayer has already reached your spirit. This wasn't something you stumbled upon by accident. It was a divine confirmation of what's ahead. Your voices are already meeting in the Spirit. Stay aware and ready, because your next instruction could come at any moment. What's coming is more than love. It's the fulfillment of a holy covenant meant for you. Heaven is celebrating because you're finally ready for this reunion. Stay open, stay grounded, and stay in position, because everything is about to change.